Hey everyone, Drew Dillon from Columbus Weightlifting. Another interview. I have John Lovins of Buckeye CrossFit, and we're actually in their athlete lounge here. Pretty nice. They got video games. Noise in the back you'll hear is actually a kids martial arts class going on. Different mixes. We can ask John about that. But basically, gonna ask John a little bit about what he's created over here on the east side of Columbus, and really dive into it. So with that, John, how long you been in CrossFit?
I started CrossFit in 2004.
2004. Shit. A lot of you, I think, out there don't realize CrossFit's even been around that long. So, I mean, when would you have said it really? I mean, obviously you discovered it back then in Columbus. What was going on in 2004?
Nothing. I found, because I started Krav Maga in 2004, and then back when forums were the thing rather than Facebook and all your social media, people would talk about CrossFit in California, and then I started to look what CrossFit was. It was still the main site, was the only main site, the only resource for CrossFit back then. In Ohio, there was Buckeye CrossFit. They were in Canton, and they used to allow the name of states. There was CrossFit Ohio, and it was in Cincinnati. And then I started doing my own workouts at Lifetime. And then eventually when Rogue opened up in Gahanna, I just happened to search one day. I was like, oh, CrossFit in Columbus now, sweet. And then I just walked over, and I was one of the first members that joined there. And that was in 2007, 6.
So about 3 years you just jammed it out in Lifestyle Fitness, huh?
Yeah.
Or Lifetime, or whatever. Did they like
Lifestyle. People would look at me like, what the hell is this guy doing?
So, I mean, back then, I mean, we see what happened now. You opened a facility and whatnot. Back then, you were maybe, I mean, one of a handful in town doing it. Did you ever think about opening one back then? Or was this more of like kind of a shift through the years to like, hey, this is something I want to do?
Not really back then. I remember when Mark Slane owned the old gym I was at, I told him, I was like, hey, this CrossFit thing's pretty, I think we'll get pretty big. You should affiliate. He's like, that shit's stupid. So then, eventually I talked him into it, and him and he had a couple of the trainers go to Virginia Beach, and they all got their level 1 back in 2009, and he finally became an affiliate.
Nice. So, how long have you been open?
I opened in December of 2012, so 2 years coming up.
All right, 2 years coming up. And since you've opened, you've expanded. I mean, tell a little bit about that. What all do you have now? You're not just CrossFit.
Yeah, we offer CrossFit. We have Olympic weightlifting classes. We finally opened up our next door space, which is right beside us. We have about another 1,500 of mats. We do martial arts. We do a kids martial arts, a blended program of traditional Taekwondo for the discipline, the respect, the grappling for the ground, the Krav for the self-defense, and the Muay Thai for the striking. And then we do an adult Krav Maga program, and then we do a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu program.
Gotcha. So, Krav Maga, what exactly is that? As some people might say it in that language.
It's Israeli self-defense. It's the official system of the IDF in Israel. It's an effective, no BS self-defense fighting self-defense system.
Gotcha. So if you see it's Krav Maga, that's something I hear a lot of Krav Maga people say as people come in and call it Maga, or who knows what else. I mean, I can only imagine what else you've heard them say. So rolling off that, you mentioned you have weightlifting classes. Buckeye CrossFit's been partners with Columbus Weightlifting now. I mean, shoot, since your doors have opened. Why was that something that you reached out to us? I mean, what did you see there? What was your thought there? I've never asked you that.
Well, I know that Columbus Weightlifting is a great resource to have here in Columbus, because you guys were the coaches for the Olympics in 2012, and I remember Mark would go to Rogue back when they opened up. He worked with Bill, and he worked with all of us. And then, since Olympic weightlifting is such a big part of CrossFit, because you have your clean, jerk, snatch, and then all the accessory lifts that we do for CrossFit is the accessory lifts we do for Olympic weightlifting. So it's just an easy thing to have you guys come in and show our guys proper technique, and it makes us learn better and makes us teach it better. So.
Interesting. One thing I can really say about Buckeye CrossFit that I'm always impressed with is new athletes that come into my class that have been with you. I mean, obviously, I don't always get an athlete right when they first sign up, but then they've been in Buckeye for a couple months. They come in, and their key positions, they at least know of them. I mean, granted, all of them might not have given it the same amount of time, but the power position's pretty well on, above the knees, not foreign to them. Some really good positions. With your coaching staff, have you really, I mean, how have you stressed the Olympic lifts?
Saturdays are our full lifting days because we have our strength cycle throughout the week. Lately, we've been doing complexes on one day of the week, either snatch complex, clean complex, and then on Saturdays we're full lifting days. And then with our classes that you're not here, when Lovins will, he'll help people, and then those classes are starting to grow, and then they just transitions to when they come to your class.
Nice, excellent. Well, you have a big event coming up here.
Yeah.
Coming up in October. What do you got going on?
It's our second. Well, hopefully, it's an annual thing from now on. It's our Watoberfest. Last year we had it as our first time running an event, which turned into a long day because we underestimated like how long some of the workouts would take. This year we have a little more schedule, a little more better planning on it. And we're actually having it at a athletic facility. It's a 70,000 square foot facility. We have access to a indoor cross field, and that's where all the events will be held. And they have a balcony that has like a full bar, stadium seating, so everybody will be able to see the whole event without like being behind people.
Nice.
Yeah, it's October 25th. Should be about like all the other events, start around 9 o'clock, be done by 4 to 6 o'clock time frame. Last year we had Sam Dancer and his wife were here last year, and they won it. Danielle Siddell and her brother came in second, and then another team from CrossFit Conji came in third. So we had some pretty big names here.
So one question I've had that I've just had to ask: you take more vacation time than anybody else I know.
Who asked this?
How do you run a gym taking 2 weeks of vacation a month?
I have no clue.
Pretty epic. But just an inside joke, John just got back from Hawaii. Everyone's pretty jealous, so they beat on him pretty bad. But rolling into that, I mean, yeah, I hope you get something from this. Check out Watoberfest coming up on the 25th of October. It's going to be epic with that new facility he's doing it in. And check out Buckeye CrossFit if you're on the east side of Columbus. Epic place to be. Like you've seen through the video, I've taken some shots and plugged it in there. You get to see the space a little bit. But yeah, John, thanks for your time.
And one last thing, there was an event this past weekend in Dayton, and we had a team that was there, and they came in third, but they came in first on the clean and jerk ladder and the max total snatch.
Nice. Hey, excellent. So you had some athletes do epically well in a competition this past weekend involving the Olympic lifts.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the athletes. I know one is an adaptive athlete. I've gotten the opportunity to work with a little bit here. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, she was in a car accident and is an amputee from the pretty much knee down or above or below knee. And yeah, she was on that team that won those two events. And we also had a guy, he was actually on the first place team for the RX division. He was the only one from our gym on that team, but he was still on the winning team. And then we actually just had a guy this past weekend, he signed up. He's paralyzed from the chest down. He's in a wheelchair. And it just, I've had people come in here, they've lost a ton of weight with me, but I've never had like a challenge of like having to like create custom workouts for someone that's like paralyzed. He was in a swimming diving accident, and pretty much chest down. He's in a wheelchair, but you just have to be creative with your workouts. Definitely. It's pretty cool. But with Nicole, she loves it here. She she has one of those blade running legs where if we have a running workout, she'll be like, "Hold on, guys," she'll have to slip, change her legs out, and then she'll do her run and come back, and then do her lifts. She does box jumps, burpees, so she does everything else that everyone else does.
Epic.
Yeah.
And she, so here she is missing half a leg, and she gets on the team that's top in snatch and a clean and jerk ladder.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
That's very epic. And I mean, if they come back a little beat up, they got the massage room right back there.
Yeah, we're lucky to have Abby. Abby offers massages to our clients, outside clients. We have a room just right here just for her, and people just either shoot her an email, ask her in person because she teaches here, and ask her for book me a massage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, take care, guys, and on to the next interview.
Michael J. Fox holding a pistol. It's like a Gatling gun.
Okay, that was on camera.
That's awesome.
All right.